Hey, it's me, 50, and welcome to the first episode of Loadout, the show where you guys send in your class suggestions and I play with them. Today we have the PP90M1 from Modern Warfare 3 with the suppressor and thermal sight with the USP, suppressed, throwing knives, flashbangs, blind eye, assassin, and steady aim. Let's go straight into the perks here, because I always forget the perks towards the middle of the video. So, your first perk is blind eye. What's so useful about blind eye? It makes you undetectable by the radar and, score streaks and stuff. And this kind of ties into assassin as well. I may screw it up a little bit since I haven't really played Modern Warfare 3 in a long time. But those two were very good stealth perks, and with the attachments that we had on the gun here, it was very fitting for the class. Excuse me. For the longest time, I remember everyone used to use Assassin, and everyone still does in Modern Warfare 3. So, it's a very overused perk, but it's very helpful, since personally I did not like the air support in this game. That's why I was running kill streaks that didn't have to do with air support whatsoever, just recon, pretty much. And then you have steady aim, which is always great for a bullet hose, since it increases your hip fire accuracy, and with a submachine gun it's very useful to have your hip fire accuracy up. Now let's go on and talk about some guns here. Let's talk about the PP90M1 first. It does 42 damage up close, 17 at distance with a 36 round clip. I'm not going to go over extended since we're not using extended. It's unlocked at level 28. You have a 2.67 second reload time, 3.5 seconds if your mag is totally empty, a 1016 rounds per minute with a low recoil, low penetration, and very low range. So, how do we go and talk about the PP90? Well, the PP90 is a very good gun just generically, mainly because it's such a bullet hose at close range. You're able to down someone instantly with that 42 damage if you're barrel snuffing them. If you're at medium range, it's going to take 17 shots, or not shots, what am I talking about? 17 damage because of its lack of range. Its iron sights are good though. I like its iron sights. They're very usable, and it's all about personal preference, but personally I would have taken off the thermal sight from this build. Why? Because like I said before, everyone's using assassin in this game, so it's very hard to find people that aren't using it and shoot them down. Also too, the thing is, the range is very small on the PP90 already, so pretty much you're not going to hit anything at longer range, and the thermal sight is a longer range sight, as a lot of you already know. Now, the thing is, the PP90 is very versatile for very short combat, and the suppressor is a very good choice since it makes it easier to aim. First of all, at least for me, it helps. It keeps you off of the radar, and personally, your range is very small already. Throwing the suppressor on there is not gonna really do that much difference, if you ask me. And you're turning this low recoil to laser recoil, pretty much. But personally, I would have swapped out the thermal sight on this build with the extended mag, since you get 54 rounds. You don't have to reload as much, and it just makes it very, very more usable. Now, I had to use the attachments proficiency, but if I was able to use any other proficiency, I would use range, since range is pretty good for a hose that can't hit anything. And also another one too, yeah, I forget what it was in Modern Warfare 3, but I'm just gonna say toughness from Black Ops 2. It was pretty much the same thing, stats wise. Now let's go on and talk about the USP 45. You probably have seen some clips in there already with it. Pretty much it's been in 3 Call of Duties already, Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, and it's still in Modern Warfare 3 with 40 damage up close, 17 at distance, 12 rounds in the mag, unlocked right at level 1. You have a 1.62 tactical reload time and around 2 seconds for a normal reload. If your trigger finger's fast enough, you can only cap it out at 760 rounds per minute. That's a little bit rounded. The recoil is moderate and the penetration's moderate. And what would I say about the TAC 45? Yeah, it's pretty much the TAC 45 from Black Ops 2, I would say. But with this USP 45, one second, I'm just going to take a drink of water here. With the USP 45, I think it is a very good starting off weapon. They used it a lot in All or Nothing, if you remember that game mode. They used it a lot, and I can see why they used it a lot, and that's because it's so deadly up close for a starting pistol. Some people prefer the P99. I prefer the USP. Why? Because the USP is just a good all-around pistol. Now, when it comes down to the suppressor being on there, I am not a big fan of it, mainly because I feel like pistols don't need suppressors. And the reason behind that is, well, you can kind of see why, I guess. Mainly because it's very short range pistols. You know, they're more for close quarters combat. And I know I said it with the PP90, if it's bad enough in range already, why not shorten it even more? But the thing is, with the USP, it's very hard to get a lot of successful shots on there. And sure, the muzzle flash may be downed when throwing on the suppressor on there, but for me, it was more like, alright, it sounds good on paper, but it's not good in practice. I don't know how you would put it, but personally, I would have swapped out the suppressor for maybe extended mags, dual wield, tack knife, something that's more useful in a sense. And it's the same thing with the throwing knife on this class. Don't get me wrong, everyone loves to do the 360, throw the tomahawk, hope you hit something, but it's very not useful on this class. I kind of see what he was trying to do by making it a full stealth class and throwing it on there, but my accuracy is just terrible with throwing knives, so it really didn't help me whatsoever. Personally, I would have preferred a stem tex, a frag grenade, a claymore, a bouncing Betty, something that was more lethal than the throwing knife. Because the throwing knife, you need to have aim, and I have no aim whatsoever. Now, let's talk about these flashbangs on this class. Flashbangs are very useful in Modern Warfare 3. The reason why, it's because it blinds your whole enemy, right? And the thing is, with this thermal sight, you want to be able to blind your enemy. You don't want your enemy knowing where you are and spraying them down. Why? Because you have to be very close range to begin with. And if they see you and they're able to pull up their sights on you in time, it's just not going to be pretty. So what I would suggest doing is throwing one down, getting into a drop shot type thing. I know I'm not a big fan of drop shots, but it really does work in this instant. You kind of want to use that drop shot to your ability with these flashbangs, with this gun. Now, when it comes down to the final conclusion on this, personally, I like the PP90, I like the USP, I like the flashbangs, I love the perks. It's just the attachments threw the class off, and same with the lethals for me. Like I said before, this class could have been really, really useful if it just had different attachments on there. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little review of the USP and the PP90 class loadout thing. If you want to suggest your own, throw them down in the comment section below. I'm going to put up the class right at the end of the video once again, in case you missed it the first time and you just want to look in depth on it. So if you have a suggestion for next episode, put it down in the comment section. I'll try to get as many of them as I can. If you really want one to be done, thumbs it up, since I'll take those first. Hope you guys have enjoyed. My name is 5150 Nighthawk02. You can check out my personal channel if you want to see more content. I do videos daily, so that will help you guys out if you're ever, not having something to watch. Again, I'm 50. Stay frosty, guys. And In-Famous, take us out.
Hey there, all you YouTubers. This is Tracy the In-Famous. If you have enjoyed the content of this video, subscribe to the director's channel on the left. For more videos like this one, click on the right button or the button down below. Thanks for subscribing. Have a great day. Bye-bye.